Thank you, Mr. President. Madam Secretary General, you know very well the consequences of the recent Azerbaijani aggression against Armenia, which happened this September. There are effective tools and mechanisms enshrined by the Convention and the Statute to require the Member States to fully abide by their commitments and obligations. What prevents this organization to undertake targeted and effective steps to constrain aggressive behavior of Azerbaijan that results in grave human rights violations and sufferings of those who are under protection of the European Convention on Human Rights? Thank you.
Thank you, Ruben. And now the next question comes from Alexander Meresko from Ukraine.
Something be done? Can something be done by our organization to defend the rights of the Uyghurs and to put an end to the genocide in Xinjiang? Thank you.
Madam Secretary General.
Thank you. Thank you very much. For the issue of Armenia, Azerbaijan, you know, I made some statements at different stages of the conflicts and escalation that happened. But also other bodies of the Council of Europe have reacted on different level at different situations, including the court with the interim measures asking for prisoners of war to be exchanged. Also, Commissioner of Human Rights has clearly made some recommendations for what is, from her point of view, gross human rights violations. So I can only subscribe to what Commissioner of Human Rights asked in this respect. I think the humanitarian gestures should be very welcome for all prisoners, and I welcome that recently there were some exchanges of prisoners that happened. And also I would welcome and I will encourage high-level meetings. I think there were quite a few recently that were held. And this is actually what we ask always of our member states who join at the time when they were joining, were committing to resolve the issues that they have in a peaceful way. Now, for some of the information that recently came to my knowledge, reports of human rights violations, including allegations of ill treatment and extrajudicial killings, are certainly a source of great concern and must be investigated by competent authorities as required by the European Convention on Human Rights, and so that perpetrators can be brought to justice. Because of the video footage that was brought to my attention, I asked the Azerbaijani side to provide information on how they are going to go about these alleged infringements of the gross human rights violations happening recently. And if I would not get the answer to that, I think there would be another way to address this issue. But at this moment, I really look forward to have answers from Azerbaijani side for these alleged gross human rights violations. For the Uyghurs, as you may know, it is outside of our remit. We cover 46 European states. We have within our remit the rights of minorities, which I think we know very well, and the Framework Convention on National Minorities. Unfortunately, not all of our conventions, and many are not open for those countries who are outside. So if the countries are not parties to the conventions that we have and standards that we have, from the Council of Europe side, it's impossible to have a meaningful impact on that. So unfortunately, when it comes to Uyghurs, is outside of the territory of 46 member states.
Madam Secretary General, please allow me one